absolutely delighted, Gregwado, you're here. I'm absolutely delighted that the Commission is clearly taking very seriously the whole issue of how we innovate, how we support the innovators. And I'm delighted about that because that chimes absolutely with the mood and the priority here in the UK. I'm also really delighted, having been to Brussels, to speak to Commissioner Barnier and to listen to President Barroso on this subject at a special meeting convened on precisely this topic, to see the recognition that the UK is seen as an innovator in this area. And I think we should be proud of that and not be for one second complacent. I can't think of a time in the whole area of social innovation, social enterprise, the role of civil society has got a bigger, higher profile in terms of public debate. And, you know, for all the thrust of day-to-day politics, and Gareth's job is to keep my feet to the fire and make life as uncomfortable as possible. We shouldn't lose sight of the big picture here, and people like Stuart Edmonton have been very instrumental in making that happen. So we have a very big opportunity. And why I care about it a lot, I feel we have a window of opportunity to do things in a different way, and we need to. And that window may shut if we don't respond to it with all the energy that we've got. I am frankly shocked as a minister how tolerant the system is of mediocrity, how few questions are asked about the opportunity cost of the status quo, how difficult it is to stop doing things that aren't working well enough, how risk averse the culture of our public sector is, why there are so many more questions asked of a new project, of someone trying to do something a different way, and so few questions asked of people doing it in the old way. We've got to throw the doors open to try and encourage people to come in and challenge us to do things in a better way. This is the time when we need the change makers. We need the people to say, actually, we can do things better. Give us the chance. Create the space for us to try new things. If we can't do it now, we never will. But this is why this is so important. So I'm really pleased that the Commission and our European partners seem to get this as well. And if we could work together, if we could create something that says we will create something more powerful. My final point is this, because government does have a role here, a very important one. I just want to highlight 2 or 3 things that we're doing in terms of thoughts of what government can do to help nurture this moment of social enterprise. First of all, we've got to create the space. We've got to send a very strong message that we're encouraging it, we advocate it, we've got to create the space. We've got to create new opportunities. The traditional financial system isn't providing capital. There is very poor connection between our mainstream financial institutions and the social sector. These 2 incredibly important sectors of our society don't talk to each other in any meaningful way. Government's role is to try and address that market failure, which is why in a few weeks' time we will be launching the world's first social investment bank, Big Society Capital, which I fully expect to have around £600 million of capital within 3 or 4 years. And I would be absolutely astonished if, as a result of all the activity in this space, which social investment and our desire to grow this market called social investment, an entrepreneur didn't come up with a product, a financing opportunity for investors to supply working capital to organisations delivering long-term payment by result. We can try and work with the commissioners in the public sector to try and get them comfortable with doing things in a new way, because there's tremendous inertia out there, tremendous fear, tremendous insecurity, but that also is a moment of opportunity. So we're working, just my department, working with 4 local authorities to pick a really difficult area, troubled families, an area where the state has really frankly been pretty hopeless over the years, because it's difficult, it's complicated, lots of different agencies. And what we're doing is working with those local authorities to say, actually, can we construct a new contract, go to the market with a new contract, and bring in new providers, new people to work with to do a better job. for those families. And if as a result of that we can create the conditions for a social impact bond so that we can encourage social investment to come in and share some of the risk and yes, some of the return on that, well then wouldn't that be good? Again, so this is a role for government working alongside other people in the public sector to try and help them get over this innovation hump. As Alison in the front row knows, we're absolutely passionate about trying to encourage entrepreneurs inside the public sector to step out and say, actually, we want to do what we're doing in a different environment. We want to be a mutual. We want to be a social enterprise. We want the freedom to do what we're passionate about without all this nonsense. There is, and I conclude it, there is a massive opportunity to do things differently, and we should be much less tolerant of the status quo because it's costing a fortune, not just terms of money, but it's just terms of letting people down. And we have an opportunity to do things in a different way, and I'm absolutely delighted that governments across Europe seem to be alive to that opportunity, so let's not waste it.